What is going on, guys? So my hair looks like I belong in the late to early '60s. Um, anyway, so we have one hatchet fish left alive. Not entirely sure what happened to the other two. Uh, I've got snail eggs everywhere. I've got a tub that I've had just miscellaneous mosses and things growing in, turning them aquatic from land to aquatic. And my plants are being ravaged and by something. I'm not sure what the hell it is. Thought it was the bristlenose pleco, so I took him out. It is not the case. It is something else. I'm pretty sure it's a goldfish, so let's figure something else out with the goldfish. Which I'm not worried about. I'm ravaging the plant. It needs trimmed anyway, but it clogs the filter up, and one of my filters already destroyed. So anyway, as you guys know, I have the Alpha Lapelma uh, Chocola? Choc something? Chocolates? Chocodes. And the Alpha Pelmosimani. So what I have done is I took a little bit of her webbing and put it in his tank. I have blood. I wanted to kind of see if maybe I could get some drumming action. Not going to breed them. I'm not about crossbreeding things. It's just not something that really fancies me. Um, but I don't know. They're not doing anything. I don't know. They probably did stuff when I was at work. But yeah, I ended up not working very long today. I worked till about 8:25, and then I ended up being in the hospital the rest of the day. Um, fuck, that hurts. That's chemical burns. So I actually glued accidentally tissue paper to the back of my hand with some new type of stupid glue. And yeah, give me a chemical burn. I'm trying to peel it off, but I don't know what happened today. About 8:25 rolled around. I picked up this little dog toy, went and put it in the cart, went and stood back up and got on my Movex, and I started getting kind of dizzy. Well, by the time that I got from staging to induction, staging's where you drop off your carts, induction's where you go to pick up a new cart. You scan it, you take off. I hooked up with one, I backed up to it and everything. I scanned it. Oh, Puff Daddy. Don't do this, guys. He's trying to go after the little bitty puffer's trying to go after my great big snail. Yeah, that's the chemical burn. You see it? Yeah, it's a little bit. I got over to induction, hooked up with my new cart, and I went about 8 feet up. And I just got out of the way. I started feeling, even more dizzy. I was couldn't focus. I had tunnel vision, and things were going black. It was like they were also like going white with sparkles and fuzzies. And um, some people rolled up beside me, asked me if I was all right, because I clearly seemed distraught. I'm not one to breathe heavy, especially when I'm working, especially when I'm on a MoveX. If I'm in staging, you might see a little bit of heavy breathing, but nothing major. But I told him, yeah, I was fine. I was all good. And next, I went and stepped off my MoveX because I couldn't stand anymore. Like, so I leaned over the battery rack. It's where we pick up our new batteries for our MoveXs and things like that. They were like 25 pounds. Um, and in the process of that, I kind of just like, I'm gonna keep doing it. You're gonna leave him alone. In the process of that, oh, the puffer just bit the goldfish's ass. Okay, so the puffer is becoming aggressive. That's good to know. Yeah, he's chasing things around the tank now. He's punking on my goldfish. What a dickhead. Um, one of the CSS ladies, which wears an orange vest, I've never seen her before. I think I've seen her before, but I've never spoke to her. Really, really cool ass lady. She saw me and she came over and asked me if I was okay, and I told her no. She asked me what was wrong. It's like I'm shaky, I'm cold. She says she told me that I was pale, that I felt clammy. My legs. I'm gonna have to save my big old snail. My legs were trembling. I could feel this tingling sensation all over my body. It was in my lips and it went to my face. Damn, he is still punking that goddamn goldfish. What did that goldfish ever do to you, dude? Leave him alone. Oh! Hang on, guys. I gotta save my snail. I'm coming, Snaily. I won't let him get you. He's gonna try. That's it. Big old cool looking snails coming out of the aquarium. Come here, buddy. And kabook. know where you're gonna go? You're gonna go over here in the little breeder tank. Maybe you'll crossbreed, make some cool looking, half freaking spiral, pointed shell looking things. Kind of cool. But ended up going to the back. She helped me to the back. I couldn't physically like do it by myself. She was some little bitty lady. She's like, you can lean on me if you want. I'm like, honey, if I lean on you, we're both going. We're both gonna be down for the day. So I get to the back room and about 30 minutes goes by and they call an ambulance because apparently my condition changed very quickly without me noticing. I became extremely pale. My breathing became very quick and rapid and I wasn't paying attention to it. I couldn't control it. I couldn't get my own breath. I couldn't catch it. So they called an ambulance. I went to the hospital. They did blood work, which, you know, for proof, there's where they put the fucking IV. They did blood work, EKG, CAT scan, and a few other types of tests, even a urine test. Tests for any sort of bacterial infection, narcotics, things like that. They covered all bases, and I came back with a clean bill of health. So, not entirely sure what the hell happened, but it was bad. So, my dad was in the hospital yesterday. He found out that he's diabetic, which is a big ass bummer because he loves his snacks and things like that. Anyway, on that note, I got some new additions. I went to a local Walmart down in Canby, which is pretty much where I was stationed at during this whole event. And I don't like buying things, especially living things, from Walmarts, but this Walmart was surprisingly clean. And the fish are surprisingly, they're free of ick, and the water was warm. And I had to teach one of the chicks who started flirting with me really hard, which I thought was absolutely fucking hilarious. You know, how to bag fish, how to tie them up. Because I used to work at Walmart. I used to run pet section. I used to run toys, sporting goods, lawn and garden, housewares. A lot of times I was over in the crafting section. I was in pets constantly, lawn and garden. I was outside. So I learned how to do all this. And I had to teach her how to do it because she wasn't want to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna show you guys the new additions. Now bear in mind this is the temp setup, so I set the 20 gallon up, and we're gonna be starting to attempt to breed. I have a male and female, both very rather large, and then one rather large, gorgeous little fish. Well, 3 fish, but here we go. Let's go ahead and turn on enable flash. So right now they're acclimating, and right out the gate, we have 2 gorgeous, very large spotted plecos. And then over here, we have this gorgeous, really gorgeous, fancy, he likes to back up, I don't know why, fancy Oscar. Looks like a veil tail. He likes that corner. But I'm letting everybody acclimate, and they'll get released into this for temporary. The plecos will be used for breeding, so I will set them up a tank. So as it sits right now, my Corridor, the little tiny minnow goldfish thing, and my albino pleco, which, yeah, he's on the back there. You see him there, so I've actually got to clean the filter off really quickly. Oh, I grabbed the pleco. I want to take a look at him too. I want to see how his barbels are coming, so I'm trying to get him to the front or get him in my hand so I can just do a quick look at him. Come here, little dude. I know this is stressing you out a little bit, but you're fine. It's nothing you're not used to. You were a Petco fish. You've had to deal with worse. So, he's getting barbels. So, he is a barbel. Looks like it's going to be a female. Absolutely gorgeous. So, this is kind of like the micro albino tank. Oh, I'm dripping water onto an outlet. But yeah, these guys will be going. There they are. There this one is. If I pick the bag up, he'll get really active. But he likes the corner, so I'm going to let these guys sit in here for around the next 30 minutes. They've already been in there for about 15, so I'm going to leave them in there for a total of around 40-45 minutes. But yeah, that's what happened to me today, and that's what I picked up today. And yeah, I'm not going. Probably might be going to Uncle Bill's, maybe Monday or Tuesday. Work depending. I don't think I'll pick anything really up. Maybe I'll pick up I'm definitely picking up a juvenile Senegala. That's definitely happening. They have albinos. They're like $13. They're a little expensive, but I think having 2 or 3 of them in a tank will be pretty damn cool. I do know that they get rather large. I do realize that. So roughly in the next 6 to 8 months from now, I will probably be giving them back to Uncle Bill's. But that's then. This is now, and I think it'd be a cool fish to kind of research, learn, kind of bring you guys on this journey of learning with me of Senegalis. I know they're air breathers. I know they can live in disgusting water. They're like a snakehead. Um, they love live food, brine shrimp, things like that. They're bottom feeders, but they will come to the surface if trained to. Um, I was gonna buy a bunch of redfin mollies and Dalmatian mollies today. They were like $2 a piece, and I'm thinking to myself, I would love to have these guys stacked in the tank. They follow you, but then I got to thinking, well, I've already bought the Oscar, and I bought the two Plecos, and that came to like $32, and I was like, that's already a lot. So I think if the next time I'm towards Canby, I'll pick them up. Like I said, I don't like buying things from Walmart's, especially fish, even feeder fish. But they had some gorgeous, healthy koi. Like everything was fat except for the Oscars. And the one chick who was flirting with me, she tried to tell me that you could keep Oscars together. You can keep them in groups, and I'm like, no, you can't. Like when they're young, now you might get away with it as long as it's temporary, but you're not going to keep them together long term because they will start to nip and pick at each other for territory and dominance and things like that. And then you end up with, a dead fish, and that's never a good thing, especially when you could prevent it by, not putting them together in the first place. Now, the plecos should not get messed with by the Oscar because they are rather large. And usually Oscars don't fuck with plecos. I don't know why, but every Oscar tank I've ever seen has plecos in it, and the plecos are always fine. So I am going to ick treat them. I have my ick treatment. It's either down here or upstairs. I gotta turn on Delta and everybody's lights. The lights are not coming on because they are unplugged. Excuse me. I bought an extension cord today too. So Nemo is really trying to get Delta. He's starting to make, well, come on now, damn it, fairly nice bubble nests. Kind of went spooky there for a second. Here's Bart, there's Tawny, and then there's King Midas, who needs more water, which I just gave all these guys water. But I'm not filling them up too high because I don't want another escape. I don't want another jump out. Let's go ahead and show you my Alpha Lepelma Samani. This is only one that I have. I feel like I had two. Do I have two? No, I have the purple bloom. And then here is my fully mature Alpha Lepelma Chalcodes. And you see the male. Look at the tibial hooks up there. So I'm definitely not one to crossbreed by any means. But I have posted on Facebook looking for a mature female. I'm going to put these guys together. I just want to see if they drum. I love hearing tarantulas drum. And the fact that for some reason, one of my Alpha Lepelma Samanis, a.k.a. Costa Rican Zebra, a.k.a. Striped Knee, whatever you want to call it, she would drum for no reason. Like she was trying to attract a male. And this was, 6-7 months ago, back when I really got into him heavily. Not 8-9 months ago when I really got into him heavily. Like I would sit down here in the room and you'd hear... and she'd just be drumming. And then one would respond, but it was always another female. The females were drumming to each other, so I'm not sure if it was confusion or if it was some sort of attempted communication. Maybe hello, who's around, like Morse code, like get the fuck out of here, bitch, my territory, something like that, But yeah, so anyway, on top of that, I am in the process. I have already built one. It's a prototype for zucchini holders for the plecos. I just don't think it'll be long enough. I'm using... This is a 10. This is like an 8 or 9 gallon tall. I don't even think it's a fucking 10. Yeah, it's a 10. Yeah. It takes 2 trips with 5 jugs of water each time. What are you guys doing? Fucking weirdos. So I'm probably gonna have to make something longer. But all it is a clip, like a little chip bag clip, one of the black ones with the handles that you use for paperwork and shit for school. Then it is a barbecue. Then it is not a barbecue skewer, which would work great. It's a chopstick, and then it is a chunk of wire that is tied on with a balloon string. This is what I had upstairs. I didn't feel like coming down here. And it's all super glued together. So the super glue is non-toxic. It is actually an aquarium super glue. I'll make a video on it later. It's upstairs at the moment. I'm not going upstairs. I'm really not. I'm fucking tired. But it's pretty cool stuff. It cost me like $6, so it's not too expensive, but it's still there. I did buy it from Walmart and Canby, so it was a little odd. But it does say it does say aquatic safe, so maybe it means for aquatic animals. If not, we'll find out real quick. But I'm going to make one with the glue and one without the glue, just for and yeah, Puffer's being a dick. He's gonna bite the goldfish again. The goldfish gonna fuck you up, little dude. I'm not gonna feel bad for you, but yeah, it's just so it's like it's paper clips, and it's hooked on the end, wrapped around, and then I have it springed up in the bottom so I can run it through and just set it on the bottom of the tank. I was thinking about using magnets, would have worked fucking great. I just couldn't find any little like round flat disc magnets, which would have worked perfectly fine. I could just glued them or double side taped them. Usually those magnets come with double side tape, so you can actually glue them onto things. And I just done that, drug it up when I needed it, brought it down, and then put the food on it, closed it, and then went back down. But as it sits right now, I have never attempted to do anything with plecos, and from what I can tell, I have a male and a female, and I'm pretty sure they're the same species. They had a couple different species there, and they wanted $8 for all, $8 a piece, and they would for the large ones. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to Uncle Bill's at some point, and I'm gonna pick up some juvenile plecos to kind of add an extra little bit of life into some of the aquariums. Most people are like, oh, you only want one pleco per aquarium. I prefer to do one pleco per 5 gallons because plecos clean very quickly. No, one pleco per 10 gallon. I don't even really like the fact that I'm going to be putting those 2 plecos in that one, but like I said, it's temporary until I get the room extended, and then which should happen next week. Not this upcoming week, but next week, so the week after next. The room will get extended. I am bringing down a shelf with a 600 pound weight limit. Aquariums are going to go on that, and then I'm setting with the 55 gallon. I'm going out to my garage. I have this great big red oak stand that I picked up that I was going to turn into a dragon tank or really any kind of tank. And I decided against it because there's a shelf in there that looks really nice, and it would be a lot of work to break it out, a lot of work to sand it down, a lot of work to just clean it completely when I'm done. And to just rebuild it with the acrylic and everything, which it would make such a great little tank, but at the same time it's just a lot of work that I don't have time for. So I'm just going to use it, put the top back on it, and I'm going to put the 55 on top of that. So what's going to happen is the boa tank and the table are going to be facing this wall right here. So the boa tanks will be facing this way, no longer this way. That big ass stand that I'm telling you guys about, the red oak one, is going to be against the wall over here, and then the other stand is going to have the 2 aquariums on it. I might even put the betas on it. And it's going to be farther over there, and then I'm going to get a stand for everything else. I'm going to move things off of each other because you guys can, clearly see the room is pretty damn cluttered right now, and I don't really like it personally. I don't like clutter. I'm not someone who likes to be, trapped. I don't have claustrophobic. I just don't like it, it's OCD to me. Wow, the lid came right off her tank. Boop, I touched her butt. I got to water her too. But yeah, so that's the plan that's going to be going on. I'm even going to go as far. I'm not getting carpet, and a lot of people are like, "Why do you have a concrete floor? That's cold. Why don't you get carpet?" Because the basement is unfinished and it does flood. And I have the finances. It's just I don't have the time right now to actually seal it the way it needs to be. At least this section right here. I have had carpet in the past. Carpet has gotten wet. Carpet got destroyed. I've had plastic connected to the walls, ran across my floor in a bubble. I was a complete solid bubble. My door was a fucking Ziploc bubble. And that was, the room. But the problem with that is I got pretty sick due to all the dust and mold buildup that happened down here. And, that's why I keep the room so damn hot and I keep it dry because the mold doesn't grow very well in the dry temperature. So having the aquariums, I don't see any mold. I see a lot of dust that I have to clean off. But that's nothing too major. But as it sits right now, guys, this is what's going on. This is what I'm doing. So when I set the 55 gallon up, I'm not going to use some cheap ass fucking like fin bill from Walmart. I'm going to actually buy like a what's it called? It's right here in the floor. They got a great big one. It's like $60, and it's for 55 to 100 gallons. These Flowels. It's Aquatop. Still a bomb ass fucking brand. But as you guys know, I absolutely love this kind. And at some point, all the aquariums will not have these kind. All the betas will not have one apiece. I realized how that was going to work, and it's not going to work, so I'm going to have to figure something else out, and I'm going to have to build a water change system for them, at least a half and half. So I'm thinking about doing is going out, getting some PVC pipe, and How would I do that? How would I do that? I have to look it up. I saw people do it. They use PVC pipes and they use brackets that they drilled through the tanks. They attached through, screwed them on, and then they put mesh inside so it would collect, so it would let debris through but keep your fish in when it did the water change. And all you did was open valves. So, I mean, that would be the easiest way. And, you know, you put it at the halfway mark of the tank. So you're doing 50-50 water changes each time. And all you do is you walk over, undo, 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 and it just sucks out everything. You can kind of work the bottom while it's going down and everything else like that. And it just drains off into a bucket, which in my case would be a bucket into the hole back over here. Because there is a drain in this basement. So I drain it into a bucket and then I just dump it out back there. Because I'm definitely not just going to let it run across the floor. If I had nothing back that way, I would. But I have fishing poles and other stuff like that. I've got, not insulate. It's some sort of insulation for furnishing walls that I had the last couple of years. I keep meaning to put on the roof, but I keep forgetting. Dude, this puffer's a dick. He's fucking with my red goldfish so bad. But, you know, my goldfish are fat, man. I figured they would have all, you know, knock on wood, been dead by now, because goldfish tend to have a very short lifespan. They tend to stress out and die very easily, especially ones from pet stores, especially ones from carnivals, which are from pet stores. I know Uncle Bill's every year gets, Uncle Bill's and Petco and PetSmart all get ran out of goldfish when the carnivals and the fairs are in town because they buy them by the thousands. So if you think about it, it's $1 to play. You get 5 balls. So that's 5 chances to win. They go in and they buy every single goldfish for 32 cents. Yeah, I'd say they're making a pretty decent profit on you not getting a goldfish every time. So 9 out of 10 of the goldfish don't get one, and 9 out of 10 of the goldfish die. So think about that next time you think, oh, I don't have another dollar. You better scrounge your pocket to try to just save that one goldfish. But yeah, all of my bigger tanks. So this one, the one behind me, the 55, and then the 20 upstairs that I'm about to build, I'm about to set up, are all going to have these aqua tops on it. Now, bear in mind, this thing says friggin' 5 to 15 gallons. Yeah, this is for aquariums up to 15 gallons. I'm not going to put something this small on a 10 to 15 gallon, even a 5 gallon, because in my opinion, that's just too much gunk. You know, your aquarium gets dirty. You know, you've had this thing running for a while. Your filter's clogged up. Now you got a bad smell. You got water running everywhere. To me, I'd go with, you know, probably this one right here cost like $13. I'd probably go for the $20 one that does, it's like 20 to 35 gallons. I would do something like that because it's bigger, it's longer, it's wider, it's got a higher capacity, it's got more of a suction. I mean, I don't like the fact that these stupid Walmart ones that I bought and the Chewy one do not have the ability to, you know, change the flow, you know, to, you know, make it increase or make it slow down depending on the suction you want to happen for your aquarium. Because if you got small fish and you got breeder guppies, the last thing you want is just one of these just whoa, 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 and just sucking up everything. You want to have it to where it's a slow troll, but at the same time, nothing's getting stuck to it that's living. It can easily pop off and swim away. Unlike with these two, like I have right here, they'll just suck, stick, lock, and you're done. So I love that. So they have the 55-gallon one, which is going to be like, that one does 55 to 130. No, to 100 and... I don't think this is the right one. The one I'm talking about, at least. The other one is 55 to 100 gallons. So, and it's only like $40. Gonna be a bit pricey, but damn it, you buy quality. You don't buy cheap. If you buy cheap, you're doing what I'm doing. You're buying cheap for now until you have the money to buy the expensive shit that you actually need. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. So next upcoming paycheck, I'm not buying anything too ridiculous other than 2, 3, 4 brand new filters. So I'm looking to spend about $150 on filters alone at this point. Maybe that much? No. Let me think. They're like $40 for the 55s. No, 60 for the 55s. And then for the other ones, they're 35s, and I need 3 of those. Yeah. Yeah, so with 3 of those alone, that's $100. So I'll be spending close to $200 on filters alone. Which, as it sits right now, I mean, next week I could spare by not buying one until the next paycheck, which is going to be very, very bad. I've had like 3, 4 days. I've had like 3 days off of work, and they haven't been consecutive, but things have happened, and I've had to come home, and I've had to call in and things like that. But it's only been very rare, and it's not even me who wants to do it. I didn't want to go to the hospital. They fucking called the ambulance. They forced me. I didn't want to have to stay home the other day. My buddy went to the fucking hospital, and no big deal. But anyway, guys, that's what's going on right now, and I'm gonna come back when I let those guys loose. There is no lid for that tank. I mean, there is, but I can't do the filter unless I cut the filter out, which I'm thinking about doing, cutting out a jagged edge. I mean, not a jagged edge, but the filter, so that just whole thing slides and locks in. Because I don't like this half-ass. This thing's taking off like an inch in the corner, and I can't stand that. And that one over there, this is the 20-gallon locking lid, by the way. That one over there is literally just a 10-gallon with one of those, metal mesh lids that's on top, and it just at an angle, so it's useless. So if I ever need to refix them, it'll be simple. All I have to do is get some pretty thick, heavy grade chicken wire, and then some smaller chicken wire, and I'll sew it all together on top of that, and then just bend it around the edge, and that'll give me the same seal that I have now. Won't be nearly as effective, but it'll be damn well close. But anyway, I am not buying any more hatchet fish due to the fact that 2 of them are dead and nothing else has died. One of my banjo catfish does not seem like he's doing very well. Not sure what's going on with him. He has a concave belly. I'm feeding him straight from the pipette. I'm feeding him mycy shrimp. He is eating them, but not gaining weight. So I have no fucking idea. And I feed this tank like ridiculously stupid every day. Like I probably feed this tank 2-3 times a day. Like it's stupid, but I think it's like 2 times a day. And I just sprinkle in a handful of this stuff. At the end of the night, I give them mycy shrimp for that protein boost. And then early in the morning, I usually throw in algae pellets for them to just kind of pick at throughout the day. And then once I get home, then they get the flakes. And then before I go to bed, that's usually when I thaw out mycy shrimp. And they've been eating them, dude. I haven't seen any just dead mycy shrimp laying around. So, but yeah, hoping the plecos breed. Hoping I have sexed them correctly. So either I have 2 males or 2 females. But Uncle Bill's wants $10 for their large plecos, and then they want 3 something for their, baby plecos, which isn't bad, especially since I can go on there and be like, look, I'll buy 10 at $1.50 a piece. They'll do that. They'll do that kind of shit at this Uncle Bill's, And I would gladly buy 10 plecos and to put in the 55-gallon. Most people are like, oh, that's overkill. Well, not when they're tiny. You take 10 of the ones that size to put in one, that's overkill. Without any, driftwood, no live plants, nothing like that for them to really eat on, it's kind of stupid. But at the same time, you can easily do it as long as you feed them vegetation like cucumbers, asparagus, kale, lettuce, squash, things like that. Cucumbers, most people love to do. But I think I might do that at some point, create just a pure pleco tank. But I would love to do an albino bristlenose pleco tank, so I have to find adult albino bristlenoses. And I would love to have some royal plecos. If you guys have never seen a royal pleco, look them up. By far, they are the coolest looking pleco. But yes, this sits right here, this tank back here, this little 10-gallon back here that you see is going to house the new Oscar. He's a fancy Oscar. He's actually a veil-tail Oscar, which is gorgeous. I've never seen one like him before. I've never seen the fancies before. I've always just seen the Oscar, the typical stubby round motherfuckers. But once I get the 20-gallon set up, that is going to be his new tank along with the plecos. And then that tank right there is going to be used to house albinos. Everything in that tank is going to be 100% albino. One, because the clarity is so clear now. I love the stones. The filtration system's kicking through. We've already went through that hard crack phase of bacteria explosion, the healthy bacteria, the beneficial bacteria. So the tank is really well set off. As you guys do know, I had a bass and a bluegill in there. Sadly, they did not make it. They both decided they were going to take a leap of faith out of the aquarium, even though the lid was on it. They managed to fly past a little crack that I had sitting up top. Main reason I had that up there is because my female garter snake decided she was going to get the fuck out. Thankfully, I have her ass again. That's not the point. She's going under lock and key permanently now. So I'm going to be going out and buying another. I'm going to go buy a 20-gallon. I'm going to go buy a 20-gallon tall, maybe a 20-gallon long with a locking lid, and she's getting locked the fuck in. I'm not playing this shit. This is the 5th time she's gotten out. And she comes back. She's always in the room, but it's not the point, during this whole time, man, I had the betas covered up with books and everything else, so she couldn't get to them. My tanks were locked up, and during this time, I did leave that crack in the big bass tank, and they managed to jump out. She did not eat them, and it's just thought that cord in front of me was a snake for a second. My brain is on snakes. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and plug back in this Fluval filter. I think that's what they're called. But at some point, guys, I'm going out and I'm going to buy one of those 10-gallon top fin aquariums that comes with the built-in filter and the built-in lighting. They're 50 bucks. But you know, it's not too bad, and they're crystal clear. And I'm thinking maybe like a bomb little Tetra tank. Maybe some blue line Tetras mixed in with some of those neon yellows or neon greens. I love the Tetras. I just haven't got a Tetra tank because I just don't feel like it's a necessary tank to have right now. And I'm kind of just working little. Tetras are easy, but Tetras aren't very cheap to buy. You have to buy them in bulk. And I don't know why the fuck this thing is doing this. That's dirty, first of all. But it's not like, it's stained dirty. It's not like grime dirty. But if I even do this, I mean, it still just pours the fuck out of there. It's like, even if I take it away, it's just sucking in so much water that there's no way to stop it. I didn't put that in there right, I don't think. Yeah, I did. Right. There we go, sealed in. No, it did not. It was angled like that. But I just don't like it. The other one kind of shit out on me. So I'm down a filtration system, which kind of blows, but anyway, I'll put the aerator on with the Oscars and Plecos. No, this right here is supposed to handle a 20 to a 30 gallon. But it's just a cheap pump and they're shit, dude. They really are. Like, the only real damn pumps that I've liked so far that I actually have, I mean, that one works great. It pumps out too much water, though. Oh, this one's even doing now. But I absolutely love this one right here. Let's go ahead and slide the light down a little bit. But this is what I like about them. This is the fact that, you know, it's up so high, but watch this. All I gotta do is this right here. And it shuts all that extra bullshit down. And this does... That motherfucker in backwards? Hold up. That doesn't seem like it's supposed to be sitting like that. Yeah, but look at all the crap it's collecting. I gotta clean it. I mean, other than that, man, I love the adjustable topped ones, but temporary setup. I rescued an Oscar from Walmart, and I don't like the fact he's on his side, but they should be ready to come out now, guys. They've been here for 45 minutes, so I'm gonna go ahead and try to prop you up somewhere that I'm pretty sure you're not gonna end up in the fucking aquarium. So I do actually do these bags myself, which was the funny part because the chick who helped me at Walmart did not know how to do fish bags. So I will not be using the water that they are in case people are wondering. Now, I checked every fish at that Walmart that I could see. There was no ick at all. So I'm digging that. Ow! Little bastard fucking spiked me. Come here. I'm going to get you, and this bag's leaking. So here we have little Pleco number 1. And gone. Oh, they're huge in this little 10-gallon. Jesus fuck. And then there's this weird-looking bigger one who doesn't look like a normal spotted. Look out. Ow! Ow, it's spiking me. Ow, it's trying to spike me. Look at it. Look at it trying to spike me. And in you go. Taking off to the corner. Or I'll set that bag of useless, nasty water. I don't like the Walmart bags that it's in the fish home in. The reason I don't like them is because they're so fucking thin. They almost feel like a freaking, they almost feel like a Walmart bag. But like stiff. I am going to ick regardless, just to be safe. This is stupid. Don't use your mouth, kid. That's disgusting. Come on, little buddy. Let's get you up out of here. Oh, he's panicking. Come here. Come here. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm not going to put you on camera. You are just going into the tank with your beautiful self. Die, fucking stunning. Another reason I wanted this guy is because he followed me around the tank when I was at the Walmart. So he is sitting sideways, which is not good in my opinion. He's stressed out. Plecos are absolutely doing fine. As you can see, this one's like really dark and that one's really light, which is pretty cool. But he's not doing good at all, guys. Fuck, man. Fuck. Come on, little boy. You're good, little dude. You got this. Come on. They're pretty damn well starved at this Walmart though. It has like 5 people to help me. No one worked in the damn section. Yeah, here's a good thing. Look at this. The Pleco's eating the plants. So the little Pleco is my theoretical little harbinger of doom in the aquariums. I know this aquarium's good to go. Alright guys, so with that being noted, I'm going to go ahead and end the live here, and I'm going to leave these guys alone. I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to get working on some stuff, and I'm going to start blanching my cucumbers, cutting them up, cubing them up, and then putting them in the freezer for now. And the thing is, I don't even have to blanch them. Like if I freeze them, when I unthaw them, they're already broken down from the freeze itself. The cells are just, they're toasted. Everything's separated, it's softer, it's a little bit mushier, so they'll be able to eat it very easily. And I think we'll make a mini version too for the other Pleco tank, which isn't really that big of a deal because I just drop one in there for him. But I really don't want to do it for those guys because they're big and they're mean and they'll want to just throw it everywhere. And you know, they're probably gonna trash the tank trying to feed. But anyway, guys, he's moving around now. Ah, shit, that little goldfish is in there. Oh, where the fuck was he hiding? He must have just jumped into the fucking tank. God damn it. Give me a second, guys. Stupid ass fish. I thought I heard something when I fucking moved the tank, when I went in there after the Pleco. And if I don't get him, that Oscar will get his ass in about 30 seconds. Which I highly doubt it because it's Oscar stressed the hell out right now. And I got him. Alright, little dude. Get your ass back in there and stay in that aquarium. I need a place to hang this up at. Oh. There we go, lining up right there with that line. Whoa, 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 what the fuck is going on? Whoa, whoa, what the fuck? We good now? What the fuck was that? So, as you guys can see, he is back in that aquarium. And there these guys are. He is, well, he's hiding back here. So, there are 2 Plecos. And they're a lot bigger than I thought they were, the Plecos were. But that's fine. They're breeder-sized Plecos. Maybe it's bristle noses that I'm thinking of that are that size of breeder. But sad news, updated. On top of all this, my female red claw has died. After she dropped her eggs, she did not make it. Not entirely sure what the hell happened there. But, you know, it's what happens. And I'm gonna check on the eggs, see if they're doing anything. So go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, guys, and we'll see you on the next one. Later.